Hi, good night. My name is Kendra Newton and I'm 30 years old. I'll be 31 next month and I'm from Jamaica. Okay, this is my testimony of God revealing to me that I'm from the tribe of Judah. First thing I'll let you know is that I'm schizophrenic, but it has nothing to do with God, what God revealed to me about this, because for years I did not know this was, true. I did not know anything about it. So the sickness has nothing to do with me doing this recording or even knowing this stuff before I research it. Okay. I got baptized in 2007. In 2008, the first thing that God revealed to me was about the Holocaust. About the white Holocaust that they said happened. I remember it was a Sunday morning and I was lying in my bed, my mother. We normally go to church, me, my mother, my sister, and my cousins. And I remember the Sunday morning, I was lying in the bed and I remember I was looking at my left hand and I saw the word hopes was carved out in my hand. I was not asleep. I was aware, but I was not fully sleeping to that to see. But I saw the word hoax on my hand. Hoax, hoax. And then God said to me that the Holocaust was a hoax. And I did history in high school. I love history. I did history in high school. I did history and the sciences, bio and chemistry. I did an advanced level of history, right, in 2007, 2008. And I learned about the Holocaust, about Hitler and everything. So I did not have any influence saying that I did not know that people were saying that the Holocaust was not real. So when that happened, I remember I told my pastor at the church that I got baptized. I was going at that time, and she told me that I should just forget about it. So I just left it there. I remember another time I was on a fast, and it was a Wednesday, and I didn't went to church because at that time I was living next door to the church. I didn't went to church at that time, and I was lying in my bed. I was meditating on God and everything, the Word of God and everything, and I remember I just suddenly had this vision where I don't remember what the surrounding looked like, but I remember that I saw a man, and this man was clothed in white and he was black, and his hair was wool, black people hair. It was a wool hair and it was white, and this person was walking towards me in the vision, and as the person came closer, the person was coming closer and closer, and I got scared. And I remember while I was watching this person approach me in the vision, I heard the voice said to me, which is God, that this is Moses. I saying in my mind that this is Moses. I don't understand, why would this be Moses? And Moses is a Hebrew, he's an Israelite. Why would he be black? I was taught all my life up to that point that the white people were the true Israelites, these Caucasian people. So I just come out of the vision. I don't know how I come out of it, but I come out of it because I was so afraid, because I was saying, this couldn't be real. This must be the devil, I was scared, so I just, I wake up out of the vision. I remember I told my mom, but we really never push it any further. I left it right there. In 2014, I was going to nursing school at that time, and I remember I was lying in bed again, and all of a sudden my front part of my body was turned towards the wall. And I remember I was there and I was half awake. I wasn't fully awake, I was half awake. And I remember I saw the number 4 marked out in the wall. That's literally print out in the wall, the number 4. And I was looking at it and I was looking at it. And then all of a sudden it just disappeared. And I was like, what is this? And I heard God's voice said to me that you're a Judite. You're from the tribe of Judah. I was like, I'm from the tribe of Judah. How can I be a Judite? That's not possible. Black people aren't the true Israelites. I've learned that these white people that went through the Holocaust with Hitler, that they said that happened, was the true Israelites. And I remember a friend of mine, she's an Adventist, and I remember I called her in the morning before I went to school, and I said to her that I was asking her about it. And she when I went to school, she gave me a pamphlet about, in Revelation, where it talk about that each person from each tribe that will be in each person from each tribe, that they said that in Revelation would be taken to heaven, right? And I left it there. I didn't pay it any mind. I just leave it right there. And I remembered it, and I looked in my Bible because I wanted to know. I was wondering if the number 4 represents that Judah was the 4th son. And I remember I went in my Bible and I was looking at the descendants of Israel and the order in which they came, and I realized that Judah was the 4th son. Anyway, I didn't push it any further. I just left it there. I didn't research anything. I just left it there. In 2016, I remember I was in my room and the voice of God said to me, where does black people come from? I said, what do you mean by where black people come from? Where black people come from? And when I heard that, I decided to start research, because I realized that's something that just keep on coming to me. So I decided to research everything. And that's when I started to learn that God was revealing to me that we are the true Israelites, and that the tribe of Judah is in the western side of the world. The black people that went into slavery were from the tribe of Judah. We are from the tribe of Judah. And so as I started listening to some documentaries, and I started to go into scriptures, and all of a sudden things started to become clear. I started to voice what I learned. And I remember I was telling a friend of mine, and she laughed at me. She laughed at me because she was so ignorant. She doesn't understand that, and that I even told her the scriptures in the Bible where she can find it, and she laughed at me, and I left her alone. I remember I said it to another set of persons, only to find out that they knew, a lot of persons in Jamaica knew. And the funniest thing about it, I remember I'm from the parish of St. Thomas in Jamaica, and I remember I saw this man. He had a charge where he had a list saying that black people were the true Israelites, and he had a list of where each tribe went in this side of the world and which set of people are from each tribe. And I didn't pay it any mind, that's before I started to research it. I didn't pay it any mind. And I realized that a lot of persons do know that black people are the true Israelites, right? But I guess probably they were afraid like me to even voice certain things. And I wrote a book. It's called Out of Bondage, and it's a book, I do believe it was God that inspired me to write this book, because certain things that I wrote about You know, a lot of people might not agree with it because they might say that I'm blaspheming the word of God. But other persons have said that they have read the book and it has helped them. And also, I was told by a sister of mine, she's a prayer warrior, and she said to me that God brought her in a vision and showed her my book and said that, you know, she should read this book some more so that she can understand certain things. And, you know, I started getting brave, now bold and everything. And I started sharing things with people. I started giving scriptures in the Bible where they can find this and find that. And the funniest thing about it, I remember I was watching a documentary about this archaeologist that was restoring back, I don't remember what it was. I don't know if it was a temple in Egypt or what, where they were talking about the 25th dynasty. I think it was the 25th dynasty. And I remember I saw it in the Bible because I remember I saw a small portion of it in the Bible, but I just cannot find it back in the Bible. I don't know where to find it in the Bible. But I'm going back into the Word. I'm going back in Kings. I'm trying to go back into the scriptures where I know where they talk about the kings of Israel and Judah and everything, where I can find where they talk about the 25th dynasty. But as I'm saying, you know, a lot of persons know the truth. A lot of persons are afraid. I have heard persons saying that they have learned now that we are the true Israelites. You know, we are from the tribe of Judah. So people might say that because I have schizophrenia, my head go, I may am not somebody. But God revealed those things to me. I did not just get up and know that. Because to tell you the truth, I put it off for so many years. I looked past it for so many years. And when God had finally said to me that where black people came from, and I started to research, that's when I realized that what God was revealing to me was actually true. So I hope this testimony can help somebody as well to open up people's eyes to let them know that, look, we are the true Israelites. We are the true chosen people of God. And to even share another thing, there are persons that know the truth but chooses to keep people in ignorance, right? I have known where someone speaking to a white person actually got married to a white person, and somebody told that person that black people are white people never married. At that point, I thought the person was being rude. But it's later on down when I start research certain things and I start to, my eyes open up to certain things, and the Holy Spirit spiritually awakened me to certain things. I realized that that what the person said was true. And I smiled to myself and I said to myself, so why didn't they not explain it to this person? Why they said that? So I do believe people know but choose to keep people in ignorance. I don't know if it's out of fear or out of superiority, but there are a lot of people that know certain things. And I've even gone back in the Old Testament because the Holy Spirit has really been leading me to read a lot about the Old Testament. And one thing I've learned, I remember there is a movie that is called A Night with the King, where you talk about Esther. And you know, these people believe that they are smart. You know that they actually put things in our face and we are not realizing it. In the movie A Night with the King, right? They started out with Saul and Samuel and how God had told Saul to get rid of the Amalekites, and Saul did save Agag and the animals and everything, and he wasn't supposed to do that, and that's how he ended up got rejected. There's a part in it where it said that Agag's wife got away, right? And she had a son, and they told the story about what had the Israelites had done to them, what Saul had done to them. She told her son, and that story had passed on in the movie, that story had passed on from that son to Haman, right? And I remember one day I was sitting down and it just came to me. I remember the movie because it's a movie that I love. I usually watch it a lot. And I sit down and, it just comes to me. It's like a light bulb just go over in my head. And it's like I said to myself, I realized that it looked like, say, these people hate us because we end up being the chosen people because Jacob took Esau's birthright. How do we know that that hatred is not coming from those times until now? And it's even where I learned that the Amalekites are descendants from Esau. I was so, I couldn't believe it because I study my Bible, and the thing about it is that every time I study it and I go into the Word, God showed me something that I never realized before. And it was the other day I was reading it, I was going through the lineage of Esau, the descendants, and I realized that the Amalekites are descendants from Esau. So I want to show that these people are putting things in our face and we don't realize. People don't realize because they're not spiritually awakened. They're not spiritually awakened. So I hope this testimony, this video, will convince people that, look, God is revealing things to his chosen people. The Bible said that our eyes will be open. We will be aware of who we are. We will remember who we are. We will gain consciousness about who we are because of sin and what we did, our ancestors did, right? We went through what we went through. Slavery happened and everything. But the Bible said that we remember who we are. We will remember who we are. We will no longer be in darkness. Our eyes will be open. The scales will be removed from our eyes. And we will remember who we are. So it is just so marvelous, so wonderful. And I'm glad that I'm able to share this testimony with you all so that you can let other people know that there are people all around the world in Jamaica that eyes are being opened and knowing that they are the true Israelites. We are from the tribe of Judah. Okay. Okay. Thank you, and I hope this helps somebody.